But this morning, for me on the West Coast, early morning, wake up around 5 a.m., I see my phone, numerous notifications. My Dallas Cowboys, America's team, will be in the opening night game against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Usually we get Cowboys-Giants week one. Like, that's what I'm accustomed to. I feel like I've seen about 25 of those different games. But, like, Cowboys-Eagles, first time these two teams are opening up the season since 2000, as it will be a rivalry renewed in a very intriguing game. We have a betting market. We have side. We got totals. We got money line. But, like, this is what the NFL is all about, like giving us a banger football game, which I know a lot of fans out there, they might eye roll when they saw the announcement of, hey, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, they're trying to force us the Cowboys again and all that stuff. Hey, the Cowboys and Eagles is a heated rivalry. Like, this will be a competitive football game. I'm excited for this game. I think by the time we get there, everyone else will be on board with this game as well. But I cannot wait for this one. We have a side and total market, like I just mentioned, on the right rail for our folks at BetMGM. Eagles 7-point favorites. Total sitting at 46.5. PJ, I feel so alive seeing a betting market for an NFL regular season game. We're going to get a couple more today, and obviously a lot more throughout the duration of this week, capping off with Wednesday with the full schedule release. But your first reaction when you saw Cowboys, Eagles, NFC East in primetime opening night Thursday for the NFL regular season?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, like you said, just to see, I mean, that spread, that total right there for an NFL game.
Gets you going,
up.
Man.
Oh, it really does. It really does. I love it. Femi, I'm to be honest with you, I'm a little surprised that the Eagles are only 7-point favorites. Obviously it's May, right? And a lot's going to change until these two kick off in September. But I would expect Philly to close somewhere around like -9. So I'm not going to tell anybody to like tie their money up, for 5 months on one of these regular season games. Especially if you're not moving through like a couple of key numbers, you're going from 7. Because I think obviously so many people are going to tease Philadelphia, right? There's a lot of rumors out there that the Friday night game could be Kansas City and the Chargers.
LA, yep.
You would expect a lot of Kansas City, Philadelphia moneyline parlays, right, to get people going into the weekend for the week 1 Sunday slate. So I think this goes up. I think Philly's going to close as like a 9-point favorite would be my guess. And I like your Cowboys in this game, so I'm in no rush to bet them. But look, I mean, you think about the state of both of these franchises right now, certainly how the seasons ended, how the off seasons went, how they're kind of projected going ahead into this year. I mean, Philadelphia is the favorite to go back-to-back. They certainly could. Their roster is loaded. They're going to be really good again this upcoming year. And with Dallas, Femi, I mean, there's so many questions, right? You obviously got Schottenheimer taking over as the head coach. Dak is coming back from injury. You just traded for George Pickens now to go along with CeeDee Lamb. But when you get these rivalry games and you get spreads as big as this, especially if it goes up like I think it's going to, where we could get Dallas at like 8.5, 9, I'm definitely going to have a piece of the Cowboys plus the points. Now, I don't know if I'm going to bet a money line. I don't know if they win the game, but certainly week 1 in Philly at night, raucous environment. I think Dallas is going to play well. So I'm looking forward to betting the Cowboys in that game. I do have to say, Femi, I am surprised, though, they didn't go with Washington. I thought it was going to be Philly and Washington, right? Rematch in the NFC title game from last year, which was played in Philly. You expect those two teams to be the class of maybe not only the division, but potentially the NFC as well. You got this budding superstar, if he's not already, in Jaden Daniels. I thought that would be the direction that they would go and kind of put Washington again on that national platform and even build Jaden Daniels up even more. But certainly, as we know, the Cowboys, they are a ratings machine. They bring in the viewership. So not totally surprised they went with Dallas, but I was thinking there was a possibility that Washington get that opening spot.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the NFL do this as well. I mean, it was a few years ago, 2021. You had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They just won the Super Bowl. And it's Tom Brady in primetime, and they had the Cowboys at the Bucs. So where it's like you have like the biggest face of the league at the time in Tom Brady versus the biggest brand makes a lot of sense. Well, you've seen the Cowboys open up against the New York Giants way back in 2012. That was like a Wednesday night opening game. So like the Cowboys, it shouldn't be shocking to people that it's Dallas because anytime you can put the Cowboys in primetime, the NFL is going to kind of jump at that opportunity, especially when it's against the defending Super Bowl champions. I thought like you, I thought Commanders, I thought potentially the Lions could be in that spot because that was the game that we didn't get last year. We were all looking forward to. Eagles at the Lions NFC title game, but then Detroit loses to those Commanders in the divisional round, so we didn't get that matchup. Maybe the Rams as a kind of as an upstart team in the year two of this sort of like soft rebuild of the Rams. Maybe that's the team that they could pick for the Eagles. But yeah, the Cowboys and Eagles, like this is a rivalry that like I don't care like how down bad the Cowboys are right now. Like to open the season, like that's a big spot and a very big motivational spot to where like I think underdogs early on, like we talk about this quite some time, like on You Better Bet, we talk about it quite a lot. Like underdogs, first 4 weeks in the season, first 5 weeks of the season, they tend to be a little bit more alive because of the familiarity early on. Like that kind of lends to the underdog being a little bit more competitive than what we might think that they should be. Like if this game is in week 14, yeah, I'd probably like Philadelphia. But in week 1, when Dallas has all this time to prepare, like Dallas to me seems like it's a pretty good look, given the fact that their offense, now with the trade of George Pickens, has the potential to be something. Now, is it going to be a juggernaut? Probably not. But you have to like the wide receiver duo. Dak Prescott's healthy. He says he's ready to play right now. The offensive line, they addressed it again in the NFL draft. If that old line can now block, like you have a decent stable of weapons with Lamb and Pickens, like why can't the Cowboys be competitive in this game? And if anything, if the Cowboys are be competitive, because I know you like Dallas a little bit as well, PJ, isn't the over pretty good here? Like I feel like Cowboys, like their only path to staying competitive is this game going over 46.5, because as much as we might like the offense, that defense, ruh-roh Shaggy, they can't stop the run. Here comes the Eagles O-line, and here comes Saquon Barkley. They might go for 200 in that game with that Dallas defense being a little bit soft up front.
I like the over as well, Femi. But again, I think both the ways that we're leaning in this game with taking Dallas plus the points in the over, I think both of these are going to drop in our favor. Like I could see the total dropping to 45.5, and then like I told you, I think the spread could go to 8.5, 9. Because Femi, think about it. The last thing that everybody saw was Philadelphia's pass rush just living in the Kansas City backfield the entire game, right? Just that's all they saw. So I think as we get closer and we start with all this pregame coverage and we start talking about these teams and everybody starts reliving the Super Bowl and they start highlighting this Philadelphia front seven. They talk about what a great pass rush that they had. They just got Giad Campbell out of Alabama right in their front seven to even add to it. And then obviously where Dallas is at, I think the total's going to drop and people are going to remember like, yeah, that Philadelphia defense is really good. Like how is Dallas going to stay within this game? And then, you know, the way that the Cowboys ended the season this past year, like their defense played a lot better. They were running the football a little bit more. They were chewing the clock. So I think the total is going to drop. I think it's going to close around 45.5. And then, like I told you, I think Dallas is going to be like an 8.5, 9-point favorite. I think there's going to be so much money coming in on those teasers and so much steam on the Eagles that I think we're going to get an inflated price on Dallas. So I look forward to betting your Cowboys, Femi, and I think I'm going to be with you on the over as well, and I'm hoping that we get another point or so.
Yeah, we say this now here on May 12th. Like, now talk to us on September 4th when it's like 9:05 Eastern and the Philadelphia Eagles are up 14-0. Like, at that point, it's like, okay, this is a little bit problematic. But to your point, and like I saw this sentiment all throughout the morning, like people are very just like so underwhelmed by the Cowboys that like the betting public, the sentiment is going to be anti-Dallas, to where I do think we're going to get an inflated number on the Cowboys. Like this feels like this is going to be I hate the term, but I'm going to use it anyways. Like a buy low opportunity, not quite the same as what we saw with Dak Prescott coming off of like the massive injury that he had the year prior. Then they went ahead and almost beat the Buccaneers in that Thursday night opener where like Dallas, I think, was like an 8-point underdog in that game and they lost by 2. I don't know if it'll play out exactly like that, but I do think that this is going to be a competitive football game because it always is, like when you have like these divisional rivals playing early on in the season. So I'm with you. We're in lockstep. Dallas Cowboys plus the points. Betting it now? No, we're not doing that. We're going to wait for all the public sentiment to reach the market, and then we can get a better number on America's team.